What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with the all new episode of Loving Hip Hop Miami. Yeah, I know it's a couple days late, but hey, I have a life and I got some things to get doing. So let's get into it. So it's Miami Swim Week, and Nori and Neri are there to support Princess because she's walking the show, and he wants to take on being this married friend role seriously that Ray J assigned him to be. And Reg isn't supportive of Princess. I remember seeing her walking the show on Instagram. I forgot what page it was, but I saw her walking. I'm like, oh, Princess is smiling. Go ahead, Princess. Ace Hood is there as well. And Nori and Ace, they know each other very well. They did drink champs together, so it's always a familiar face. Love and respect. And Nori don't do fashion. He don't do fashion. At the end of the day, he want to go home. But he's all about being supportive, so here's what it is. He's even asking the bar for Japanese whiskey because that's what he likes to drink. And Neri reminded him, you're not drinking. I know, I just wanted to know. So he's been sober for a week. And pretty much, having to try to be in a different space for Neri, help her out with the kids and everything in the household. So he's 1 week sober. Even though his friends doubted him, I doubted him, I still doubt him. And he just wants to be in a different mind space because he wants her to still be, excuse me, in a good place for them to have another kid. What I want him to stop doing is talking about this other kid. This is gonna be the same thing that I'm gonna say when it comes to the marriage boot camp episode. He feels like if he says one nice thing, if he does a couple of nice things, that's gonna completely let her walls down in all areas, and he knocks her up, and she's back to doing what he wanted her to do, which is stay home barefoot and pregnant. And I don't want that. Like, even though his main purpose of the job is drinking, like he literally is paid to drink for a living. But at the end of the day, he needs to come up with a detox where he's not so consumed with liquor. He needs to come up with a way to balance it. And also balance it with being, here for your kids. Drinking can end your life sooner than later. Think about that. But okay. Your 1 week sobriety, okay, Nora, you can have that. So Princess is so excited about this model show. She's never walked before. He is a very well-known designer, Adam Sachs, and she's very grateful that he chose her to be a part of it. Ray J, he knows Ace Hood. They know each other from a long previous time, and he invites him and Sheila out to the house for a double date because Princess wants to be around more married people so they can get some advice so they can pursue on their marriage, because we know Princess and Ray's marriage have been rocky, hence the Instagram storylines we've seen. And he said it's a different air when it comes to Sheila and Ace. It's so zenny, like he said. It's always so zenny around them. So, and then we see Flo. She's there to attendance. So the fashion show is great. He even customized a swimsuit piece, I believe, in front of the whole crowd, and it was the one that Princess wore. He literally customized like a butterfly shape and everything. I'm like, oh, come on, with the scissor hands, come on. So Ray J is also in the process of doing a Haitian song called Sac Passe, and he wanted to reach out to a very Haitian singer. And Flo was the one that was on his radar, and she's super excited to work with him. He will be the biggest producer and music artist she's ever worked with. And they need to finish the song. So apparently they both have been too busy to get into the studio, and he's like ready to get this son ASAP. Let's get it wrapped up right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get this song out. So she said, listen, let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready. Amada, she's shooting her music video for her song, Hey. And even though she's not signed to a label, she doesn't have a team, she's doing it all by herself and paying out of pocket. And she invited Bobby Likes because even though they've had their times, being friends and everything during the pandemic, they both have came together and evolved, and it's been really nice. So, Bobby talks about how whenever she's in the DR, it's like a sign that he needs to go get a vacation. She said, listen, it's a beautiful place. I got my man up there, but hold up. I got some tea. He guessed it and says, what you got to say? You pregnant? Yeah. Oh my God, bitch, you lying. You lying. Nah, she pregnant. And even though she feels like, even though I told Bobby, that's like me telling the whole world, but I don't have any friends to also share this news with, and I'm now nervous to tell my own mother. Because her mom she has such high hopes as to where her daughter can expand in her career, and she literally believes that a baby could halt that. without even looking at all the other amazing artists that started where Amara was and have made very success while having children. But I think the mom is going by being selfishly, to be honest. And she said she's a boyfriend because he's in the DR, she's in Miami. So they're in a whole two different areas right now. So she hasn't told him yet, and I don't even know if she's ready to tell him. Yeah, so of course she's gonna be handling the majority of the responsibility. It's gonna be on her shoulders, and with her mom hearing this, she's gonna definitely feel by herself. Quick side note and quick update. Amara recently went to her Instagram and said she had a miscarriage. So when she found out that she was pregnant, she was 2 weeks pregnant when she found out, and then after that she started having cramps, a lot of bleeding. She just assumed it was fibroids because I have fibroids and they do mess up your menstrual cycle where you are bleeding multiple pools of blood. And it does feel like a miscarriage because my mama aunt's a nurse and I told her my symptoms. She thought I was going through a miscarriage, but turns out I have fibroids that comes, don't know when they come, don't know why they come. It's just something that happens when a woman, after a woman has children or before a woman has children. This is what comes in. There are benign tumors. They're benign, so they're not cancerous cells, and they just affect the flow. They affect your menstrual cycles, and you have to live with them. So I feel bad for Amara, but she felt ashamed to say it out loud. But of course, it's very therapeutic when you find someone who kind of went through the same thing, understand what she's going through. Ace Hood, they arrive at the beach. They're all talking about going on the jet skis, and then Ray J and Prinky comes. The whole thing about them being around more married people. And Ray J is talking about how the difference that he knew Ace. He didn't know Ace before he was married Ace. But then when he got married, he saw a whole different light. So maybe Ray J wants to get some of that light onto him and Princess. Okay, Ray J. So while they're all saying hello, he looked at Princess' outfit and says, "Where'd you get that from?" And she whispered, "Pig." I was like, what happened? What happened? So apparently they haven't spoken to each other in 3 days, and she was on her way home. Ray J had a meeting, and when she got there, it was a woman with her boobs out, a short skirt on, and he said, "Listen, it was an app." She cussed him off. Listen, listen, listen. It's all about respect. Don't have no woman that I don't know in my house showing her tits and ass. That's disrespectful. So Ace is saying, listen, if you got somebody, or well, Sheila said it's the industry. You know how men in the industry has have like a whole lot of women around them. Whether they want them or not, it's just like the aesthetics. And Asa said, "Listen, respectfully turn around." She said, "Thank you. Thank you." So it's just like Ray J is making it smaller than what it is, but I'm looking at them like, are we really talking about this? Is this really a big thing for us to be talking about? Because that's what I really want to know, because Ray J have already filed for divorce between Princess because he was going through pneumonia by himself, that he says. And now I saw a clip, but I did not read it. He now wants joint custody of the kids for both Princess and him. I don't know. It's just like, do I even care about what y'all same issues that you have with this man, Princess? I don't understand. But at the end of the day, Sheila tells Princess, listen, the men in the industry, they don't like to be told no. You can't tell them no. So when a woman that is, serious with him, and she tells him how she feels or how she sees things, they don't know how to handle it. And Princess probably don't hear this often because she don't have anybody to give advice to when it comes to dating a man in the industry. She probably don't, which is funny for me. But after all of that, Sheila invites her to one of her, was it curvaceous, conscious thing? My memory is flip of the words, but she has a retreat where it's about healing. It's a non-judgmental place for women to come together, support Black women, and she invited Princess because Princess don't go nowhere. So they're going to go about it and go. Trina, she's preparing for the versus battles, but nonstop work. And then as she's getting inside, Corey is talking about how the song list and where you been. And obviously, it's been some mishaps, continuous mishaps the entire time between her management and her. Obviously, they dropped the ball again with not inviting Trick. I felt like, how the hell could y'all not invite Trick? Her career started because of Trick. Help me understand that. So Corey, who has his own confessional, don't know why, is like saying, we all dropped the ball, including Trina. Like, you work with this boy every day, and how could you not tell him about the verses? What I want to understand is this. Trina's so fucking scatterbrained, then yes, she should have been the main one talking to Trick about the verses. He should be the first one to know, period. But I'm also want Corey to not look at his high horse and feel like he has no reason to put himself in that position to say, well, I fucked up. I feel like it's common sense. If you guys knew that Trina's career started with Trick, why wouldn't y'all automatically know? Ooh, I don't know if Trina did it or not, but we gotta call Trick and make sure he's on board with the whole versus thing. It's simple common sense for me because I'm not exhausting Trina. Trina definitely needs to get better with communicating and stop talking at people, talking to people. They need to also understand the artist that she is and knowing that how well she probably does things to like perfection without having to tell you. I don't like that. So it's all about the song list, and then Bobby is recognizing the tension that they got between each other. She hasn't taken herself properly. It's been a week since she fainted. She hasn't taken a break. So then she's like, listen, I have final say. This is my performance, and I need about 4 hours before glam and rehearsals. He's all talking about, you've been late, you've been late. Like, it's a back and forth. I don't like Corey. Trina, fire your management team and get some therapy. Next. Marlon. Marlon. Marlon, now he's in a confessional and says, I know y'all haven't seen me in a while, but I'm ready to come clean. I'm not the perfect husband, but I'm 100% for my girl. Bullshit. So the mysterious woman that he supposedly put his face in the place, shout out to Roxanne, that the woman that he cheated on Flo with, her name is Debbie. Now her face was blurred for the preview, but now we see her full face. She's a pretty woman. So he doesn't like that Debbie told Flo everything because he was trying to have a conversation with her before that, and I felt like it's not going to work on your time. So you're going to have to stop right there. So she arrives, and she's like, listen, what do you want? Why are you bothering me? Why are you trying to meet you up here? I wanted you to say that what you did was wrong, but you telling Gaia about what happens between me and you and how she told Flo. That's not how I wanted it to happen. What you think was going to happen? So he's saying, I want to tell Flo. Good. I'm glad. Tell her. Because I feel like I want you to tell the truth. But then he's like, I want my wife. I want to be happy. Okay, if you're doing all that, then why'd you have me meet you here? Why did you have me meet you here, say you miss me, and then you want to book a massage with me? He said, I didn't say that. She points to his phone like this and say, this is not what you did. It's not what you did. And it was a miss you and it was a pen. And he's like, that was the test for you to come so I can talk to you. Bullshit, Marlon. I feel like he's all telling her to calm down. Your emotions too high. I'm like, why are you trying to pacify her? I feel like he was trying to make it where she doesn't express or doesn't say everything on camera. Because he wanted to simplify it and say, listen, I'm telling my wife, I'm telling that. Probably making it seem as if she's been pressuring him, to tell her. Or he wanted to I don't know. I'm trying to find the right words because I had it earlier today. That he is practically trying to control the narrative because he's reminding me of Tough. How he's upset on how she found out and not that you cheated. That's the same thing that Tough was doing on Marriage Boot Camp. He was upset at Money for finding out that he cheated versus then you cheated. So now with this, Marlon is trying to cover up his tracks by pretty much eliminating anything that she might have about him. With saying, I love my wife, as if she was pressuring you into leaving your wife, come and be with her, or you tell her I will. Probably like that. If you don't tell her I will. So Marlon, you could miss me with that. I need to fix my marriage. And she said, and then when she said, listen, I wasn't the one that got on my knees. You got on your knees. Did you get on your knees? It wasn't me. You got on your knees and did what you wanted to do. And she's known Gael for 15 years. So the fact that she has a lasting relationship with Flo's sister, it definitely put her in a position of, I might as well go ahead and say it because I feel like, what am I to hide for? You the one that fucked up. You the one that cheated. But I don't know if Gael's girlfriend knew who her sister was. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I didn't like how Marlon tried to simplify and make it seem as if it was all her fault, that she's the one that told Gael and Gael told Flo. It was not her fault. It was your fault that you allowed it to happen from the beginning. You did not value your marriage as much as you say you do now. So Marlon can miss me. We got more on him. We got more on him next. We got more on him. I swear. So when she's about to call Flo to tell more about what was happening, he snatches the phone from her. She said, "Give my phone and leave me alone." Like, I just felt like, Marlon, you tried to like make her seem dumb, like she was adding more to the story. And I don't think she was. I think she was saying exactly what happened. You just don't want it to be out in the world. Too late. Trick Daddy, he's at his Sunday's restaurant. Corey comes by to convince him to come to the verses. Trick is still in his feelings, which rightfully so, about how, out of everybody that's out of everybody that I expected more from Trina. We have been friends and family for damn near over 30 years. I expected for her to at least give me a 45-degree angle, a 90-degree angle to let me know about the verses. Corey is like, well, I mean, hey, I don't know what they do. They the ones that didn't tell you. I don't know about that. I felt like Corey kept on placing the blame on Trina and KD, but he's not doing it on himself. And that's what making me mad. I said before, fire them and Trina get some more people. Get some better people for you. So at the end of it, Trick gonna probably be in his feelings a little bit more and might not show up, but he's rightfully entitled to it. Flo, she's preparing to go to the studio to finish the song with Ray J. And as soon as she's about to go into the conference to the studio, here come Marlon calling her and say, "What's up?" Well, right now I just want to tell you that there is some truth to what your sister said. I'm like, no, that's not some. That's all. All of the truth. She said, "Listen, you had me going at my sister like this for days. For days, I have been defending you. Ever since she said you cheated, I have been right there defending you, said you would never do this to me again, and she was right. Here I am thinking that my sister wants to destroy my marriage, and because based on what you told me, how she's acting, I believed you. And now you was right, she was right the whole time? Fuck you, I'm done with this, goodbye." So she's about to go in with all of this in her head. So Ray J heard her verse, but wanted her to get a different verse so she can hit it better because he feels like she could do it better. So he asks her about, her process. How does she go about creating a song? Does she put her feelings in it, her emotionals, her experiences? She said, "Yeah, I put everything I go through in a song." And this has been something that she's been waiting for a year to collaborate with. So she said, "Yeah, I'm in a tough situation right now with my husband. He's a cheater. I've caught him one time, and now my sister told me that he cheated, and this is just too much. I'm tired." Even though Ray J asked her how her process goes and what does she do to get her into that mode to sing, and what does she go through to get her to those emotions, she went aboard. She went not overboard, but she just kept going on about what was going on with her. And Ray J was like, "Listen, listen, listen, listen. Right now, I'm feeling very uncomfortable. And to be honest, I think you need to dead that so you can come back in with a better head. So, honestly, respect my honesty. I think this session is a wrap." So, of course, she's feeling defeated. She's feeling messed up. Like, how can Marlon put me in a space to be like this towards something that I worked so hard for, something that could boost my career? You want to tell me now? Now that you want to tell me you have been cheating on me and what my sister said was right, and you want to say this before the biggest session of my life? Really? All right, Marlon, bet. All right, Marlon, bet. Here we go. So, yeah. Trina, final day of verses. Is she in good spirits? Corey wants to wait last minute to tell her that Trick is not going to come. She said, "Listen, positive vibes only. Positive vibes only." And at the end of the day, she just cannot believe she is doing this without the person who helped start her career. Flo, pissed that her husband told her this and now want to say that it's true. He says, "I want to hurry up and get this off my chest to get back into a happy family." Happy family where? There's no happy family. You wasn't thinking about your happy family when you were cheating on her in front of her own restaurant. What are you talking about? So then he's like, "What's up? What's going on?" She said, "What happened? What happened? Listen, listen. I wanted to tell you. I didn't want them to tell you before me." She said, "So you can't control time, Marlon. You can't control time, whether or not she told me, you told me. You can't control it. When it came out, it came out, and you had every opportunity to tell me the truth. But you made it seem I was so crazy. You made my sister seem so deranged that what she said was a lie when it was the truth." So she said, "I will never trust you again because you told me this would never happen again, and it did." So she picks up a cup, throws it at him. He said, "I didn't want to find out. I didn't want to. You had your grand opening. I didn't want to mess it up, so I kept it going. I kept it quiet." She said, "Listen, listen. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I have going on. This shouldn't have happened for me to feel like I have to keep on a happy face. You should have never put me in a position for me to defend you when I don't need to defend you. I look crazy. I look stupid." And then look, and she said, listen, what was you missing? How was you able to do it to me again? What is missing from your life that you have to cheat on me again? What? And I don't think he ever answered that question. He keeps on saying it was a mistake. She said, I'm done with this. I'm done. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm done. Relationship done. So she's practically saying, like, she's yelling and saying, how could you do this? How could you not love me? Like, what is going on? What was you thinking? And then he's so concerned about the people in the background or the camera crew. Why are you yelling at about these people? Why are you telling these people to hear? I don't give a fuck who's watching. I don't care. Why did you not think about it when you was doing? She's all hitting him on his chest. Did you not think about it when you were doing it? Did you not think about how it would make me feel? Did you not think about how it would affect our family if you were doing it? Why did you continue to cheat on me? So I don't give a damn if I'm embarrassing you, all these people. I don't give a damn. I'm hurt. I'm embarrassed. Like, he's literally like, can we talk about this in private? No, nigga. You didn't fuck or eat Debbie in private. You did it in a very public place. Her restaurant. Get out of my face, Marlon. Like, Marlon was just really, he wants to get this off his chest so he won't feel guilty. And now he wants to put it on Flo on whether or not she's going to accept it because he's done talking about it. He don't want to be reminded that he cheated. Newsflash, you'll get reminded as long as I'm hurt. I'm the one that's hurt. Why should I care about your feelings if I'm the one that's hurt? I'm the one that was betrayed. You was not betrayed. So the fact that I'm mentioning it, my sisters mentioning it, Debbie's mentioning it, the world's mentioning it, it does not fucking matter that you have been put on a page, that you've been put on a, not a platform, but put in a position to feel guilty for what you did. You cannot put that on nobody else but yourself. I don't know if you can't put on the cameras, on the show, the contract that you signed. You cannot do that. When dirt comes out, it comes out and you have to eat it. She said she's out, she's done. So Trina, the verse went great. She's at the radio station. Trick came up in the last minute. She was so surprised. They always gonna be there for each other, and that's that. Amada. Amada's having the conversation with her mother because she's nervous about how it's gonna go. So her father told Amara's mother that she took a pregnancy test and it came positive. She's pregnant. So her mom is like, "Oh, how you feeling? You don't have a stable partner to raise," which I can understand. You want the parents, you want the baby to be in a 2-parent household, but I feel like Amara's in a good standing of raising this baby in that time that she wanted to, but the mom is just, how you gonna do all your TV projects, your modeling, your movies, your singing with a big old belly, as if there aren't any established artists who have worked and been able to have a family and still live good lives. I feel like the mom is being extremely selfish for not even allowing no type of normalcy for her daughter to live her life. She really wants her daughter to work until she can't work no more, aka pay all my bills, keep me from living the life that I wanted to live, and you just go ahead and work it. Like, this is $1 million baby for me. $1 million baby right now. So at the end, she's like, listen, she said, I know I have a lot on me, and she hasn't told Alan, so she doesn't know where they're at right now. And her mom said, you don't need to ask for my permission, but you should at least consult me. Consulted you where? On what to do with my womb? If I wanted to have a baby, if I wanted to be a mother, because Amara has been wanting to have children for the longest, and she feels like the later she gets in life, the harder it's going to be for her to even think about a period of having kids. And she wants to be a mom really badly. But I should have consulted you? Consulted you for what? She said, I'm not getting rid of my baby. The baby is here. I think that's what her mother probably wanted to say. Because she said, I'm not getting rid of my baby. Her mother might have had an idea of getting her abortion. So listen. Whatever you saying right now, you can dead that shit, and I can go back to San Domingo with Alan and live my life and never come back here again. So her mom gets up and say, listen, fine, you can do whatever you want. You know what's best. I already raised you. I done my part. I am literally watching this scene. I'm like, where's she gonna go? To the West Wing? Because Amara's mom is not packing up and leaving, because where's she gonna go? She'll go to the other end of the house in her rollers, in her designer moo that she wearing, and she gonna get right back in her face, at probably asking Amara to pay for something else, or Amara's gonna get something for her mother, because Amara knows she's not gonna be without her mother, but her mother knows that she's not gonna go nowhere. Amara's mother is not gonna go nowhere because she's living a very comfortable life that her daughter has worked hard for. And that was in the episode, but I didn't like how the mother acted so selfishly with something that is supposed to be very happy. Having a baby is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? This carries on the legacy. This carries on the bloodline because Amara don't have many family. It's just her and her mother. So she wants to have another child that she can build a legacy behind, build a family with. And the fact that the mom don't see no type of future in that is very sad. She's living her life through her daughter, and her daughter is stressed out. Her daughter is burnt. And I don't like that. Like you can't make all the decisions for your daughter in order for her to live her life, because at the end of the day, your life has passed, Mama Anna. You can still live your life, but you can't live it the way Amada is. You can't. But that's it, y'all. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.